For 2 decades, Joseph Kony and his Lord's Resistance Army, or LRA, terrorized northern Uganda and the Acholi people.
Kony's bloody warfare tactics quickly lost popularity in the north, so he began to abduct children to fight in his army.
Some, as young as 6 years old, were abducted by the LRA and used as sex slaves or child soldiers, forced to kill or be killed.
My name is Nova. I was forced to kill my parents.
Over 2 million men, women, and children were affected by the war. To avoid abduction or being killed by the rebel soldiers, over 70,000 children walked miles from their villages each evening to many of the night commuter centers in Gulu, northern Uganda. Rose Aber was working in one of these centers, where she was counseling the children and reconnecting the orphan with other relatives. But for some, no relatives could be found.
Many of them would come in, with fresh stories like, my mother's just been killed this evening, or she or he has just run away from abduction this evening.
I walked into this IDP camp, and there were children all around, and there was nobody to help them. There were just orphans everywhere you looked, sitting naked, bloated bellies, flies on their face, and they wouldn't even swat them away. I got to a point where I didn't want to hear the stories anymore.
I would see their faces over and over and over again in my mind, and I laid on the floor of this little guest house, and I said, Lord, I don't know what I can do, but whatever you want me to do, I will do it for these kids.
And when Cindy came, she did not stop at just loving us as a mother and sister, but she went ahead and started looking for the funding for Village of Hope.
In 2010, we were able to complete our first village to a point where over that year, we had 96 children living in 4 homes at the village. When we first started Village of Hope, the goal was to get children out of these refugee camps in a place that they had a home that was safe, that they had a loving parent to take care of them or a guardian, that they had an education so that they could have a future and a hope.
My name is Peter, and now I can eat until I am full.
My name is Stella. I can now go to school and be a kid again.
Village of Hope, where God transforms children of war into children of hope.